Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, welcome to the 88th running of the Old Humble Distilling Company Quarantine Happy Hour. It is Thursday, April 1st, and my University of Houston Basketball Cougars are in the Final Four this weekend. And we're going to have the fight song. There it is. I heard this song so many times in college. It was actually, I didn't hear this a lot in college because our football team kind of sucked. Our basketball team when I was in college, they kind of sucked. The 90s were a very dreadful time for the University of Houston. A very awkward time for our squads. But they're back, baby. They're back, and they are kicking some serious ass. And I'm very happy to see that, very happy to hear that. I did not put the link to join the chat. Let's get that up there. Hey, Moose Gal. Hey, Lone Star. Let's get the link in the chat. I got some stuff to talk about today. Hit enter there. Boop, there it is. I'm going to pin it to the chat in the YouTubes. Where can I don't know how to pin it. Screw it. It's there. It's there. You can find it. Go get it. I will bring up my chat in my little viewfinder here. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I am the Old Humble Guy. I am your host for the night, your spirit guide, whatever else you want to call it. And we got some stuff to talk about. Oh, look, I have the link posted there up on the screen. How about that? Hey, first things first, though, we're going to have our opening shot for the night. I am drinking Special Reserve. I have been on the road the last 2 weeks in 10 cities, 10 days. No, I'm sorry, 10 cities in 9 days, 2,015 miles. 2,015 miles. I went from, let's see here, Houston to Rosenberg from Humble to Rosenberg to Conroe to Katy to New Braunfels, to Austin, to Dallas, to Plano, to San Antonio, 2,015 miles, all over pretty much all over East Texas and Central Texas. Sold out 10 consecutive stores, selling this delicious Special Reserve all over the state. Even found some secret stashes of Boomtown Bourbon and Roughneck Reserve Bourbon. I do not have a guest for tonight, Lone Star. The portal is open. If you want to jump in, you are welcome to join me. But here's some things that I learned on the road. Well, first off, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit notifications. Where's the button that I'm looking for? I'm looking for this overlay that I've got. Where's it at? See if it works. It may not work because I may have screwed it up. Did that work? It kind of works. There's the name of the show, the Old Humble Happy Hour. Look at there. I've done stuff. I've kind of half-assed it, but I've done stuff. Yeah, hit the notification button. Don't forget to subscribe. Like the video. Leave a comment. Go check out our friends over on Twitch. We're on Twitch. Go check out our friends over on Twitch, the Cabin Fever live stream network. Go talk with, if you're coming at us from the Twitters, then follow us on Twitter too. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here's some things that you learn on the road real fast. People who, like, that thing out of the way, passing in the left-hand lane is cool. Like, when you're on the road, inner-city travel, not inside of the city, inner-city travel, most decent people know in inner-city travel that left-hand lane is used for passing. And that's cool. I'm not one of those Nazis who's like, if you have cars you on the right-hand side, you need to get off the fucking road, blah, blah, blah. I'm not one of those Nazis. I don't think like that. But look here. If you're in the right-hand lane and you get over to pass a car and you slowly go past that car, and then you get back over into the right-hand lane and then you speed up, you need to be pulled out of your car and dragged to the curb and beaten, because that is a dick move. Don't sit there. Don't slowly pass on the left-hand lane. Let everybody else is behind you slowly pass that car. Then get over in the right-hand lane and speed up. That's a dick move. That is a serious dick. Don't do that. I just need to get that off my chest. Thank you for giving me the opportunity here on our happy hour to get that off my chest. I've got some stuff going on, man. Back in town from this trip. This was a crazy trip. Like I said, 2015 miles, 4 hours to Dallas and 4 hours back. So that was 8 hours in the car. It's 3 hours to San Antonio, 2.5 hours to Austin, 2 hours and change, almost 3 hours to New Braunfels. So that's 4, 8, 6, plus 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 5 more for Austin is 19, plus trip to New Braunfels, plus Katy, Conroe, Rosenberg. All those places are 45 minutes round trip. So that's an hour and a half. So that's another like 6 hours. I spent almost 20 hours just on the road, just driving. And it gives you a chance to think about a lot of things and think about things you want to do. And I can say, Lone Star, others out there, Rye Guy, Travis, Nate, Bill, Tom, Jeff, and Chris. We do have a rye coming out later this year. I've done taste testings on the rye that we're working on, and we have two. I'm waving around my headphone here. We have 2 ryes that we will be releasing later this year. Target is September to release the ryes, and I think it's a possibility. Well, I'm working on the event that we're going to be releasing that rye, so that's kind of exciting. The 2 different ryes that we'll be releasing, that should yeah, what exactly? I say we're releasing rye. Lone Star says, what? Yep, that's right. Damn right. We'll be releasing 2 different ryes. Got me a nice cigar too. Actually, this is kind of a shitty cigar. It's an old cigar. Look at it. It's all dry. But we've got it's all dry and flaking. But that is also another cool thing that we got going on. We have a cigar club that we will be starting in the next 3 or 4 months, working with a company called Divine Leaf Cigars out of California. They have a cigar factory in South America, and we will be developing a proprietary type of cigar. I'll be doing an order for our cigar club, so there'll be a buy-in to get into the cigar club, probably like a $10 member fee or something like that, and that'll get you a cigar, whatever cigar we have that month. If you want to do the annual membership, probably be $100 for an annual membership. You'll get a cigar each month from Divine Leaf, and we get enough people in the cigar club, we'll do an order of a proprietary cigar that we'll develop with these guys, with our whiskey in mind, so that it would be like 2 great tastes that taste great together, type of thing. So that's another thing. That's another thing that we were working on over the course of the last couple of weeks, and it looks like I've got a guest. I'll bring Lone Star in just a second. Lone Star, I see you there. I'll bring you in just a second. Actually, I can bring you in with this story that happened to me in Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, from, let me see if I can remember where Lone Star is from. He'll correct me when I bring him in. Denton, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. The one and only internationally acclaimed world traveling spaceman, Lone Star.
World traveling spaceman. I wish.
Well, you know, Earth is in space.
True.
Check.
My internet is slow. Hold on. Let me close some things out. Yeah.
Lisa Lee has joined us in chat. Cheers, Lisa. Cheers, Moose Cow. And now you've come up and joined me on the show. My man. Good to see you. Man?
Good to see you.
Okay, so check it out. We are a year into the pandemic, right?
It was so good I went and bought another.
Oh, baby. That's nice. Cheers. We're a year into the pandemic, right? Everybody knows the rules by now, right? You wear a mask, you socially distance, you don't go touching strangers, certainly not skin-to-skin contact with strangers, no matter how much you hate them. I'm in the store, one of the spec stores that I was at over the last week. This guy, I don't know this guy. He comes up to me. I give him my samples. We're doing all the COVID nice stuff. We got the gloves on, got the mask on, hazmat suit, hairnet. We're in a little bubble and everything. My hands are,
of course.
doing all the stuff. Guy comes up, he takes a sample, really good stuff. He comes around, because there's the barrel in front of you at specs. Comes around the barrel, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he says, "That's a really good job." And he pats me on the shoulder. We are a year into the worst plague this world has seen in 100 years. And this dude comes and just grabs my shoulder like that. I was like,
well, you have some people that just don't care, though. I mean,
I know. And it was like normally like cool. This is only the second time this has happened in a year. Normally it's like cool. You come pat me on the shoulder. I appreciate it, man. I'm doing good work. I appreciate the fact that you like that we're doing the good work. And I'm very proud of my whiskey. That's why I go out and do the tastings myself. I make it. I go out and do the tastings myself because I stand behind it. But man, I felt like I needed to go take a shower after this. It was just weird. This shit shouldn't be. We're a year and change. Actually, like a year and 2 weeks when everything shut down in Texas. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest too. Whatever.
All good, man.
So how the hell you been, brother?
Been doing good. Last weekend was a eventful weekend.
That's right. You had your live concert. You had tell everybody what you did.
Okay, so I told myself, what can I do for 500 subscribers?
I recognized your voice.
I'm not. I don't have a bunch of money. I can't give a bunch of stuff away. Just what do I do? I saw Mike do a 24-hour gaming stream. I saw a guy do a 32-hour stream, kind of did what I did, had a few guests on there. They did magic, all kinds of different stuff. He did it for 32 hours on his 32nd birthday. So I hit 500, and I was like, I can do a 24-hour stream. But I was like, why not do 25 hours to recognize 500 subscribers?
You see Mike is 24, raise him one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did 25 because I got 500 subscribers. So there was a 5 in there somewhere. Fair enough. I did a 25-hour live stream, had a bunch of really good people on panel, a bunch of really good people in the chat, kept me going. Had a live 2-hour concert from there is a guy and a girl. They're from the Philippines, live in Saipan. Amazing. Jammed out for 2 hours. Everybody was raving over it. And then went on throughout the rest of the night. Just having fun. I raised money for Get Her Done Granny. I raised money for ALS Foundation of Texas. I did the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, you went on a couple days later into the Ice Bucket Challenge. I didn't know the Ice Bucket Challenge was still a thing.
Well,
or is it always a thing?
I mean, yeah, it's always a thing. And I haven't seen any new videos, so I made a video and said ALS Ice Bucket Challenge 2021. Kind of put a a good date on it. So
yeah.
So I did that. I said the whole stream was enjoyable. Got a little tired at the end, got a little emotional, but other than that, it was a darn good time. I mean, there's a lot of good people in the chat and on panel. So,
very cool.
Will I do it again? Absolutely not.
I'm looking for your video from the. How many people have watched that Ice Bucket Challenge that you did?
178 last time, or 187 last time I looked at it.
Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, it's not trending, but
it will. It'll catch fire in the distant future when Kevin Costner comes back and does the Ice Bucket Challenge in 2027. They'll be like, "Oh, look, there was this dude in 2021. He got it all started."
Well, I actually challenged everybody to make a video and either do a live video, do like I did, do a live video with a friend or a group of friends, or just do it by yourself, whatever. It's cool to have chat interaction. That's why I did it live. But it was, I mean, I challenge everybody to do it and just hashtag ALS Ice Bucket 2021. I think it'll take off.
Well, we'll see. I'm not gonna.
I like to help raise money for ALS.
I do not like having cold water dumped on me, and so I will cordially pass. But.
It's not enjoyable, but it's for a great cause.
There are worse things to have to live through, obviously, than the ice bucket, obviously. So yeah, I'm sitting on 420 something. What is my number right now? And I'm at my 1 year anniversary. 421 is what I'm at, and I'm at my 1 year anniversary. And that was one of the things that I was thinking about over the weekend. What the hell should I do for my 1 year anniversary was sometime in March. I didn't pay attention when I did my first show. because it was on Facebook, and it's evolved over time. Last week was the 1 year mark when we started with the Cabin Fever live stream over on the Twitches. So yeah, I'm trying to think of a 1 year anniversary show to do. And we did come up with an idea for our anniversary party, our Memorial Day anniversary party for the distillery. We always do a show every year. We usually do it live at the distillery. We have a live concert. We have a crowd of people and everything. Last year we couldn't do it, so we did a thing on the YouTubes. We had a bit of a concert with 7 bands, I think. They sent me pre-recorded stuff, and I live hosted the segments and brought them all together. This year, I think I'm going to pre-record the first half of the show and then do one live concert with a local band. I've almost got that band nailed down. We may have one more band do an opening show with those guys. 2 or 3 guests come on the show. It'll be like a 4.5, 5-hour show. It's going to be a fun show. Our Memorial Day party, we'll start promoting it in the next couple of weeks. Here's some fun information I found out today. So Comcast, everybody's favorite evil empire, they were going to have our cable, our internet turned on at the distillery for May 5th, 5/5/2021, roughly a year after we got the ball started and getting the internet built out to the building. Got an email today from Comcast. Comcast, America's favorite butt plug. Comcast called me up or sent me an email, let me know that it's going to be July 21st, 2021.
Jeez.
The only thing they do is lay cables, lay wires, plug them into buildings. And these sons of bitches, I swear to God, over a year. It's taken more than a year now to get a wire strung out. Of course, they've got to dig the trench, lay the wire.
Are you doing fiber or are you doing coax?
Yeah, it's probably fiber. In that area, it's probably fiber coming. The main trunk is about 2 blocks down the road on the main drag. So yeah, I mean, I get it. They've got to build out some infrastructure, but Jesus Christ, they've been working on this for a year. I had 4 guys come out and tell me how they were going to do it. Anyway,
anywho's
Comcast is fantastic. They tell you exactly how they're going to screw you, and then they come up with a new way to screw you. And then just kind of give you a wild card. So I got this in the mail. This is another thing that's going to be coming up on an upcoming show. This may be my 420th subscriber special 420 anniversary episode.
Did you get a challenge? Did you get a spicy challenge?
Look at that. Isn't it pretty?
What you get?
I don't remember what I ordered, honestly. But it is a. Oh yeah, I do remember. I remember ordering this.
You get the Death Nut.
Yes, we got the Death Nuts.
Very nice.
So this is the 5 degrees of Death Nut coming up. The getting started. What is that? Chocolate Nutella pepper, Carolina Reaper, chocolate Buddha. I can't pronounce that. So there's Carolina Reaper, Ghost Pepper is number 2, Carolina Reaper 7 PQT. You've done this before, right? You've done this before, right?
I have not. I don't really do a whole lot of spicy.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of spicy on my 25-hour. I got some Carolina Reaper hot sauce and doused a fuzzy taco in hot sauce and ate it, and that burnt me up pretty good. And then throughout the stream, I was taking spoonfuls of it and burning for like 30, 40 minutes.
Down, man. How long is 420 hours?
420 hours?
That's like, say 48 would be 2 days. So 10 times 2, that'd be 20. I can't. No, okay. Maybe 42 hours. No, that'd be crazy. Maybe 4 hours and 20 minutes.
There you go. See, for my live band, I was actually going to get my buddy's band to play. And they pay like a bunch of rock and roll covers, and they're just going to be at band practice and jam out and drink beer with us and
cool,
whatever. But they're like, man, we don't do it until Sunday. I was like, I'm doing this Friday, Saturday. So, but it is what it is.
All right. I'm a big fan of drinking responsibly, so I don't want to do like a 4-hour show where we just like get doing shots and slamming beers and stuff like that. I like drinking, but I like drinking responsibly. I don't want to get tore up on the show. But maybe we'll come up with maybe that's what we'll do a 4-hour 20-minute show do the death nut on that show for my 420 subscriber special. Bring in a local dispensary to talk about, because it's the 420 episode. We got to bring in somebody to talk about weed, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. If you do that and you add music and have that, you got to put out thumbnails like a week or 2 weeks in advance so people can share it out and everything.
I wish I still was in touch with Bobby from the dorms when I lived at U of H, because he was the dude who always popping because he was always smoking weed in his dorm. That'd be the guy to talk to for the 420 episode, because he's an expert. He's my Tommy Chong.
There you go.
Except I haven't talked to him since college.
That's funny.
And most of the people I know, they're not like open about. I mean, some of them, they're open privately, but they're not open like, it's in the car.
They'll go around screaming from the rooftop.
Exactly. They're like, we can talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it on the show. All right, whatever. That's fine. I sell booze and drink beer.
Sorry. Are you a baseball fan? Has today got you?
Yes. God, this is the best fucking day. I love opening day. Opening day is the best day of the year. I've already watched.
If you're an Astros fan, they're playing right now.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. This show is going to be exactly 1 hour. But I've already watched Bull Durham. I was able to introduce Bull Durham's not really for the kids. I was able to introduce the kids to Major League. I've got the rest of my playlist of baseball movies that I'm going to watch over the next couple of days. I love opening day of baseball. Last year was it was tough because opening day happened and we were in the midst of the pandemic and we weren't sure how much longer baseball was actually going to last. Lisa says, "Go Giants." God, National League people, man, really
all about them Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers are fine.
We got smoked today, but it was a good game. It was like 14-12. Like, it was
every
a high-scoring game.
Every league needs a pitching staff to pitch for the home run derby at the All-Star game, and that's why we keep the Rangers around.
And Lisa Lee, prop to you, girl, for popping over to the 5 p.m. concert last night. That was cool to see you there.
Yeah, she's good people. I like Lisa, and I'm glad to have her on the show.
She's a good peeps.
And but yeah, I mean, this is the one day of the year that every team is in contention. Every team has a shot at the title. Every team has like a fresh start. It may only last for like 3 pitches. And then, they're suddenly down by 6. 3 pitches in, they're down by 6. Some teams can figure out how to do that. But this is everything. Their hope springs eternal until that first pitch is pitched. And on day 1, all the uniforms are clean, all the helmets are clean, all the hats are clean, the brims are flat. They come out there and everything's fresh. You can smell the
pine tar everywhere.
Yeah, you can smell the dirt. You can smell the pine tar. You can smell the grass, and everything's just like ready to go. And I mean, it may all go to shit within the first 30 minutes, but that moment right there where they first time that year for real, they say play ball, and it's just like electric. I love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
So the funny thing is, I actually have YouTube TV. Not knock on YouTube. I think it's funny. I have other avenues, but they don't play local games. Like, they don't play Ranger games. They don't play Stars games. They don't play anything like local here. Maverick games, none of that. So I have to stream like all the games I want to watch in my like local area.
Yeah, I dumped internet, or I dumped baseball, or not baseball. I dumped my cable a few years back, and so now all we have are the streaming services, and I don't have a streaming service for the baseball. So I actually, on a separate tab here, have the score to the game into the first inning. Astros are tied at 0.
I got it on the TV
with
right
the Oakland Angels.
Away.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I stay connected. I just kind of watch it over. I read about it after the fact, and I watch it. I watch it when I can, but I read about it after the fact. That's kind of how I do it.
It's good to know that baseball is letting fans back in, because I've missed going to games. They opened up that new ballpark here in Arlington. I haven't been to it yet because you can get in.
The one that looks like a big trash can.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody. Okay, so I'll go on my rant.
No, go for it.
I'm a baseball player. I play outside. I sweat. I get dirty. I've like baseball is my passion. You're gonna take an outdoor sport and move it halfway indoors. I said, do not. And they build this freaking whole glorious stadium where they can open and close the roof. I'm like, blah blah blah. I just should have kept the old ballpark. I mean, it was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
And now they're going all
Field was
AC'd up because people got hot and everything. It's like, you go watch a baseball game, you're going to be outside. Quit your belly aching.
Exactly. I fall into the camp of people, and maybe the only person, who believe that Houston was cursed as a baseball town, as a sports town in general, for years because we built the Astrodome. We took God's game and put it under a roof so he couldn't watch baseball. For years, we were cursed because of the Astrodome until we finally moved it outdoors, at least with a retractable roof. We finally moved it under a retractable roof so that the games could be watched from above by the Lord Almighty himself. And everybody from that old organization was finally gone. We finally, we didn't win the World. We went to the World Series with Bagwell and Biggio, but we didn't win the World Series until they were no longer playing actively on the team. I firmly believe we were cursed because we took that game and we put it under a lid.
True. Well, our stadium is built just like y'all's new stadium.
Oh yeah, built like almost all the retractable roof stadiums now. Yeah, they've got the struts on the side and it just retracts it out. Yeah.
Yep. And Lisa Lee is a baseball fan. That you a cool individual. There's not a lot of people that are like true blue baseball fans. Everybody hates it. Like I just watched the very end of it.
Yeah. And the score doesn't change very often. So that's fine. It's still 0-0. The Astros have a hit. The Athletics do not. And that's it. That's all. There's not a whole lot going on right now.
Lisa says I have cable for baseball and Hallmark movies. That's funny.
And for the longest time, that was the only reason we had cable. And I finally said, there's other ways to get the information for the games. There's other ways to get the updates. And I don't watch as much football as I used to. Of course, the Texans aren't really much football. The last couple years at least.
Your quarterback's in hot doo-doo. So.
Oh, geez. How do you get...
Is it like 27, 28 now? It's like, really, man? How many people would you go touch?
Yeah, so here's the story for the people. Deshaun Watson is the quarterback for the Houston Texans. He was accused by a masseuse of sexual misconduct or harassment or some vague, misconduct claim. So that misconduct claim went from 1 to now it's 20 something, and a hotshot lawyer is representing all the women. He's grabbed Rusty Hardin, who is also a hotshot lawyer, to defend him. But I mean, then got a statement from 8 masseuses that said, "Oh, he's a perfect gentleman." And it's like it doesn't matter how many women you don't molest. There's billions of women in the world that people don't molest, but there's that one dude who can be kind of rapey, and it doesn't matter how many billions of people he doesn't molest. He just needs to be rapey one time, and that's really it. I don't care if he didn't molest 15 or 18 or 25 women. He's got 20 something women accusing him of doing whatever the hell he was doing.
The way I look at it is your name's Deshaun Watson. People are jumping on the bandwagon. They're going to wring the freaking towel out. All the crap's going to fall to the bottom.
Oh, sure.
I mean, there's a lot of people jump on the bandwagon. Oh, yeah, he touched me. And they're going to find out that he had no.
Oh, yeah. And legit, he may have done nothing at all, but he may have done it once. And where there's smoke, there's usually, he may have done something, and it may not have been that. It's gross. How many freaking masseuses does he pull around town?
He probably has one in every state that he visits for games.
He's got a trainer.
Yeah,
Since have a training room. You can get a massage every damn day of the week. He's going. It's the dirty. I don't want to say dirty. It's the seediness of what he's involving himself with. And I don't want to be one of those guys don't put yourself in that position type of guys, but don't put yourself in that position, that kind of thing. That's that seems to be a legit, I don't know.
Well, it just seems like these
Don't be
athletes
a dick to chicks. Like, be a decent person.
yes.
That's not hard to not grab an ass. It's not hard to not wave your dick around. It's not hard to do these things that you would, like, normal people wouldn't do. It's not hard to not do those things.
See, the way
Just
that I
don't do
looked at
that.
it, like the way that I was, I mean, I wasn't raised, but like a woman brought me into this world. There's no way I'm going to disrespect any woman because a woman is the reason why we're all here.
Mm-hmm. There you
They
go.
gave birth to us. They dealt with us for 9+ months. I will always respect a woman just for that reason. I mean, you guys brought us into this world.
Yeah, there you go. I just switched places. I'm loving this Streamlab setup. I'm absolutely digging it. Let me look over here in chat real quick, see what I can see. Lisa says she can't type today. I need to scroll up and see what she typed. Giants are ahead of their top of their division, 1-0. There you go, undefeated.
Undefeated after one game.
Yeah, that's impressive. Let's see here. What else? WGN stopped airing Cubs games? When did that happen?
I think last year, because I knew Moose Gal was trying to ask me about Cubs games all last year. And I was like, they're on WGN where I'm at. She's like, they're not.
Yeah.
WGN there. It's all White Sox for her.
You see, I hated WGN when I was a kid because that's when I watched the Bozo the Clown show when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And when I would come from school, the damn Bozo Cubs were on WGN preempting my Bozo the Clown. And I hated the Cubs because they always got in the way of my Bozo the Clown.
Well, I love the Cubs like Andre Dawson and Sammy Sosa and Mark Gray, Sandberg, and like you had Harry Carey. I was just like, this is like the best baseball art. I mean, minus Vin Scully. Vin Scully for the Dodgers, always a classic, but definitely Harry Carey, man. That voice, just something about it.
They may have been the best broadcast team in all of the world, but I didn't care because they interrupted my Bozo the Clown. So screw those guys. They can all just fall off the side of the planet for all I care. Screw those guys.
Screw you guys.
And the Astros were also in the same division with the Cubs for the longest time. And again, screw those guys. Well, it didn't really matter when I was a kid because the Astros and the Cubs were not really on the same. The Cubs kind of sucked in the 80s when I was a kid watching the Astros. The Astros weren't great, but the Cubs kind of sucked. I really hated the Dodgers. Really hated the Mets. And then when into the 90s, again, the Cubs weren't that big of a deal. In the 90s until late in the 90s when they became a big deal. And by then the Astros were they were perennially competing for the Central Division Championship. And it was the Braves that we really hated in the mid 90s because the Braves.
I love the Braves. I love the Braves.
Absolutely hated the Braves. Every year they bounced the Astros out of the playoffs. Hated the Braves.
I mean, I'm just a true baseball fan. Like I grew up watching
respect the hell out of them.
Braves,
hated them.
Rangers. Like my grandmother didn't want to watch the game; she wanted to listen to it on the radio. So I grew up listening to the Ranger games on radio. And I used to love to hear like the radio voices. So I used to, and I still do it to this day. I'll actually pause the game and turn the radio on. I mean, granted, it's new voices now, but still, it's that whole. I think because your radio, you're trying to describe it better, so it's more like it's like the details are much better.
Yeah, it's a different experience listening to it on the radio. You can also do other things while you're listening to it on the radio. You almost have to. You can't just sit there in the chair and stare at the radio. I mean, you can. They used to do that, I guess, or knitted.
Yeah, could. Yeah.
What did the guys do back in the 40s when they were listening to the radio? Were they reading the newspaper too? Because the guys didn't knit. Like the wives knitted and stuff.
Probably shooting guns and getting freaking food, I would think.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Because you come in, you're listening to the radio, you're eating dinner. I don't know. Different world, different time.
Just imagine not having TV, just having to listen to like a radio, and it's all like...
Lisa says she'd watch the Dodgers, and I wouldn't watch the Dodgers at pinch. Fuck the Dodgers.
I really Lone Star. Better to listen to radio.
Yeah. Dodgers are a bunch of crybabies.
Who do you guys have for?
They cheated and took our title from us. Meow 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 meow.
Who do you guys have for? Who do you guys have for your color commentary, your announcers on your TV?
I have no idea. They're new guys from a couple of years ago. It used to be Ashby and DeShay's pitcher catcher combo.
But on the Astros?
Since Milo Hamilton retired, I'm not sure who they have as their as the voice of the Astros these days, because I don't really listen to it in the car. And when they were in the dumpsters back in the 2010s, when they were busy losing 400 and change over the course of 4 seasons, they were literally not on TV. Like literally, they weren't on TV. They were having a contract dispute with AT&T, and the Astros network was not being carried on Comcast cable. So the AT&T channel that they had set up wasn't being carried on Comcast, so nobody was watching them. And it's like the Astros didn't care because they sucked. They were, losing 120 games.
You got like 10 number 1 draft picks for like 10 years, and you won the World Series.
Yes, we did. We got Carlos Correa,
you kind of cheated.
We cheated, but we weren't the only ones who cheated, and we just cheated better than everybody else.
That is true. You cheated your way to a World Series.
Yeah, and the other guys cheated their ways to getting beat by us.
Right.
If they'd have been better at it, it's not like we could cheat in Dodger Stadium when we beat the hell out of the Dodgers. Suck it, Dodgers. Anywho.
Hey, I'm a Clayton Kershaw fan just because he grew up in my neck of the woods, so I do root for Kershaw. You got Crook and Culp. Oh, nice.
Or for the color guys, the
color
commentator guys and play-by-play guys.
Even when we're down 20 runs, they make it fun. Yeah, whenever the Rangers are down 20 runs, they start giving stuff away and just start talking about random nonsense. Great.
Yeah, you're much better at reading the comments than I am. I can barely. These are small. I can't see it on the screen.
I actually, so what I do is I go to YouTube.
Oh, that's right. You pop it out on YouTube.
I pop it out and then I close my YouTube window because it pulls a lot of stuff. So if you close your YouTube window but just keep your chat open, it's good on your processor, but you can still see chat much quicker.
It may take a minute, but I can do that. Anyhow, yeah, that's fine.
I do let me see Kershaw. Yep, there you go, Lisa. He a good old Texas boy. Him and the old quarterback for the Detroit Lions, Matt Stafford, are best friends. They went to school together.
Are they now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Matt Stafford
and Kershaw, was a Texan for a season.
They both went to Lake Highlands.
Very cool. Yeah, Matt Stafford was a Texan for 1 season, if I'm not mistaken, when we were trying to figure out who to be a quarterback after David, what's his face, the first quarterback. So let's see here. Yeah, I do. I need a bigger computer. I need a bigger screen. See, here's the thing. I have a computer screen that is roughly this big. Mm-hmm. It's a laptop. It's a little big thing. What, 13 inches, something like that across. It is a pain in the ass to edit videos on, which is why everything I do is live. I want one of those big old. I want a proper computer. This was fine when I was carting all my stuff back and forth to my old office. But when we finally do, if we ever do, get the internet up and running at the distillery, I'm going to want an actual desktop that I have to do work on and things like that. So we got plans. Speaking of plans, we are $1,500 away from hitting our goal for our capital campaign. We're at $33,500, and pull that up real quick.
Very cool, Lisa. Yeah, I heard. So you said you're $15 away from your max, or your
$1,500 away from hitting our $35,000 minimum fundraising target for our capital campaign, which will pay for the build out of our tasting room. It'll pay for some new equipment that we can expand our production with. It'll revolutionize what we're trying to do. Let's see if I can pull that up into a screen. Oh, nope, that's your face. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's it. Bam, there it is. And where are we at? 33.5. There it is. 20 days left in the campaign.
Very nice. You guys made some headway.
Yeah, the link to the fundraiser is in the description of the video. Little as $100, you get paid back your investment over the course of 7 years. Whoop, that's not the right one. There we go. Your investment pay it's not a Kickstarter, it's not a GoFundMe. You get paid back. It's an investment. So $100 in pays back 180.
At least Lee, it's an investment into his company.
There it is. Yeah, the minimum pay is $100 in, and $100 pays back 180 over the course of 7 years. The way that breaks down is on average, it's about $25, which just so happens to be a bottle of our special reserve or straight whiskey. So on average, you get a free bottle of whiskey a year, which is a hell of a deal.
And it's funny because I won the bottle from you, and I was like, that is some good juice. And I went and actually bought, because I have the purple label and I have the silver label.
Yeah. Where'd you find the purple label? Was it already on shelves?
No, the purple label.
I sent you the purple label.
That one. Yeah, you sent me the purple label.
Yeah. Well, the purple label is the new stuff that is being sent out to stores now, and it's finally showing up in stores.
I still want to try that Boomtown. You said you saw some Boomtown in some stores today.
Yeah, over the course of the there is Boomtown up in your neck of the woods.
How many? Where?
There's less than a dozen in the state, and I believe.
If you can tell me if there's anything like in Plano,
I have it on a spreadsheet. I'm looking it up right now.
I want to try the panty dropper. I mean the backseat rider. Oh crap! I never answered your IG message.
I'm looking for the email where I got the information of where my stuff is hiding in the state. All right, this is me getting serious. Coming in here to look. A Boomtown bourbon. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 bottles in the state.
3 in the state?
3 in the state on shelves in Total Wine. Is your information. 2 of them are in Fort Worth. In Fort Worth Total Wine, store number 502. And one of them is in Del Norte. I don't know where that's at.
Oh.
Store number 503.
That's nowhere near me.
Sorry. Where's Del Norte?
I mean, Fort Worth, I could get there within an hour, but
yeah, it's a bit of a hike. But there's 2 bottles there. There you go, internet. 2 bottles in the Fort Worth Total Wine. Go get it. And wherever the Del Norte Total Wine is, you'll find it there. I'm gonna look that up.
I would love to try some. I'm just like dying just to try it.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's on. Yes, Lisa, it is on a spreadsheet. I know I'm a giant.
I love your geekness.
I am a giant dork. I work everything on the spreadsheets. Let's see here. Del Norte, Norte, Del Norte Total Wine. It is the second automated one that comes up. What? That's not right. It is. Where is it at? Total Wine. Oh, it's in San Antonio. There's 1 bottle in San Antonio. 125 Northwest Loop 410, Suite 260. 1 bottle at the Del Norte store in San Antonio. So that's for Groovy.
I will buy that bottle. Oh, because if I tell him, he'll buy it and won't send it to me.
He'll be like, no, it was gone when I got there. I don't know.
Yeah.
They had this bottle and it was empty already.
Yeah. You know Groovy would hold on to that. I was like, nope, I didn't find it. But I can send you a test sampler if you want to try it. Like
when I was in San Antonio, I bought 5 bottles of our Roughneck Reserve. So the Roughneck Reserve bourbon that we had, let me see, I don't have a bottle handy. The Roughneck Reserve bourbon was bourbon that's been replaced over the last several years with the straight whiskey that you've got in your hands. So it was 90% corn, 10% malted barley, but it was aged in a 5-gallon barrel, and I wasn't really satisfied with the way it tasted. Cheers. I wasn't really satisfied with the way it tasted, so I kind of reformulated the barrel to start aging it basically in less and less char until I got to a used barrel. And then once I was in a used barrel, I couldn't call it Boomtown or Roughneck Reserve bourbon anymore. So that is where our straight whiskey was born. And there you go. You have Gen 2, probably Generation 3 Roughneck Reserve in your hand when you're drinking the straight whiskey.
Generation 3? So
yeah.
the silver Generation 3?
Yeah, it's probably the third generation of development of that whiskey.
Very nice.
And now the silver label is the second version of that label. The purple label is the third version of that label.
Okay.
We're always working and changing things. We're not. I'm not sitting still on a lot of stuff.
So you said Fort Worth. I may just have to go. I may have to go hunt that down tomorrow. I got nothing else better to do but drive an hour to get some Boomtown. So you said it's in
Yeah,
a Total
for
Wine in Fort Worth?
502 in Fort Worth.
And that's a
Let me
Total
look and
Wine.
see if there's. Yeah, let me look and see if there's another Fort Worth store on the list.
I have nothing better to do. Drive to Fort Worth.
There is. I don't see another one that's listed as Fort Worth. So that may be the only Total Wine in Fort Worth. Maybe, I don't know.
Gotcha. I'll look it up after your show.
Yeah, I don't know for sure if that's the only one in Fort Worth, but that might be the only 2 bottles in North Texas right now.
Well, actually, Groovy's already had the. He's already had the Boomtown.
Yeah, that's right. He had a bottle the other night.
Yep.
I'm not live. There it is. My screen on my phone got me off live show. Fix that. Okay. Shit, man. It is 20 till? 10 till. Okay, it's 10 till. It's time on our show where you plug your shit. What do you got coming up, man?
All right.
You're doing a lot of recorded shows, edited shows. You're putting out 3 or 4 different videos a week, it looks.
I'm definitely trying. I mean, I'm in school full time, so I'm putting out videos when I can. I have a whole fridge that I need to do some beer reviews on. I definitely have some really cool beers I want to do some reviews on very soon. I just did a 25-hour live stream. All that is still up on my channel. There's some good people that came on the panel. If you want to watch that, there's some good laughs. There's also a concert on my channel, cooking, ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and a lot more videos to come. Yeah, man.
I got you. You know, I could be convinced to do the Ice Bucket Challenge if I get enough people. I got to figure out how people can convince me to do this shit.
Just do it. It's only cold for like 15 seconds. Like,
yeah, I know. Maybe I'll do it in June when it's hot, and then I'll be comfortable.
Doesn't matter when you do it. It's all for a good cause and it's fun.
In early February, it would have been quite uncomfortable.
Well, if you want to do the Ice Bucket Challenge on your channel, I'm always looking for ways to push the envelope with ALS because it's near and dear to my heart. You know, my mother, my grandmother. So like when I do stuff like this, I post the links. I talk about it. I have a donation page that goes directly to some families that I'm helping out. Yeah, so I should have a GoFundMe for the ALS stuff.
Well, maybe I'll do that.
I'll actually do it with you if you let me shout it out.
I wanted to be effective, and I wanted to, you know, I don't just want to dump water into a chasm. I wanted to be effective, and I want to help the people that get helped, that need help, and raise the proper awareness for the thing.
I will actually do it with you if you want. I'll do it on your channel with you.
Lisa says I camped in the rain during the pandemic.
Exactly, Lisa. Exactly.
I was in a camper in a canyon during a blizzard in the pandemic. I don't normally camp in the rain. When we go camping, we usually have pretty good weather. I can't think of let me think. Trip to Bastrop, not Bastrop, Enchanted Rock. Mm-hmm. And on the way, when I was in Enchanted Rock, I twisted my ankle right before we took the hike up the rock. So that day was done. And then that one evening, it rained. We camped in Bastrop, and it rained, and it was miserable because I tried to put my foot on backwards, and it was raining, and you know the temperature, it was cold. It was in the 40s, and everything was achy, and I was self-medicating with Advil and whiskey, and it was just a dreadful night. And my wife looked at me. She said, "We need to pack up and leave in the morning." I'm like, "We got one more night here." She's like, "No, we are
not going to happen."
I mean, in my younger days, I would go. I mean, I didn't give a damn when it was. So I'd just go camping. But yeah, camping in the rain of the pandemic. Of course, this trip to Enchanted Rock was like 3 years ago. God, I got some good road stories.
Well,
I should do a blog. Anyway,
On that note, I'm going to step down. I'm going to let you have 8 hours to promote you, and you talk about you. So thank you for having me up here.
Lone
Good
Star,
conversation, and I enjoyed it.
thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'll get with you. I'll shoot you some text, and we'll you know what? Shoot me either send me something on the messenger or put it in private chat.
I'll send you some up on the IG. I'll send you some
Yeah.
over there.
Well, that's right. We're connected on IG. Okay, I was trying to remember where we're connected at, but we'll talk about this ice bucket thing and see if we can get this working proper and do it right and get people the help that they need to get.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done dumber things.
Hey, it's all for a good cause and it's good fun.
We'll make it
the
the 600 subscriber special.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'll make that happen in June. All right, brother. Good night. Appreciate it, man. Go check out Lone Star's channel. Let me see if I can. Somebody in chat. Well, no, shit, I've got to do it. In Lone Star's channel on the my. I lost my damn cursor. Okay, I do it here. I don't know what happened. That was weird. I dropped my phone on my keyboard. That was cool. All right, I'm about to post Lone Star's channel in the chit chat down below. Here it is. Share, copy link. So yeah, go check him out. He's good people. And boop, there it is. Actually, Lone Star, you're a moderator. You could post your own damn channel, man. I don't know when I made you a moderator, but it doesn't really matter because you're a moderator. So you could post your own damn channel. But your channel's posted now. Okay, so this is the shit that I got coming up over the next several weeks. We're going to do this, the Death Nut Challenge. We've got a cigar club coming up. This is a terrible cigar. I don't want to tell what the brand is. It's trash. In fact, I'm throwing it in the trash. Bye. Because it's trash. But we're not doing cigars with those guys anyway. We're doing cigars with Divine Leaf Cigars. Go check them out on Instagram. We're going to be spending a lot of time in the next 2 weeks in the distillery, making up our next batches of whiskey. Thursday next week, and we are efforting the Eureka Heights guys. So we're going to do a little beer and whiskey swap with those folks. We may be doing a tasting, a sample send out. I need to reach out to the 210 guys or Talking Whiskey, keeping it neat folks, and maybe we'll do a live tasting of the ryes that we're working on with those guys. That'd be fun. We are hosting the Good Oil Days Roughneck Roundup next Saturday. That will be here in Humble. If you're in town, come check us out. It'll be a fun little party. If you are around for Memorial Day, we will be doing our semi-live Memorial Day special here on the show on the channel. What do we got? Yes, Lone Star, Eureka Heights. I am working on that. We're working on that. I'm swapping messages with the folks from Eureka Heights right now to try and schedule something out. There's a handful of kind of cool folks that we're trying to get on the show, and of course that 420th episode or 420th subscriber special, tentatively scheduled for the 20th of April. Maybe 4 hours and 20 minutes long. We will see. Maybe that's when I'll do this because that would be dumb. I don't know. This just looks like a remarkably dumb thing to do. They're super hot peanuts. Carolina Reaper, chocolate Nutella, bootla, Carolina Reaper, ghost peppers, Carolina, those are nuts. Carolina Reaper, 7-pot brain strain peppers, 2X Carolina Reaper, 7-pot Dola peppers, and 2X Carolina Reaper. I don't even know what the hell that is. Is that a scorpion? Moruga scorpion, 13 million Scoville capsaicin. Is that supposed to be a scorpion? Okay, this is going to be fun. I guess I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to be dumb as hell, but I'm going to do it because I probably ordered that when I was less intoxicated. Might not have been intoxicated, but I was definitely adjacent to intoxicated when I ordered it. I don't remember when I did it, but it came last Wednesday. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anywho, what else we got going on in chat? It looks like a bad idea waiting to happen. Oh yeah, I did. I rocked the chip. The chip was the chip. I don't want to say the chip was easy. Where's my box for the chip? Is it way over there? It's way over there. It's out of reach. I can't reach it. But yeah, I did the chip. The chip was fine. Chip was Carolina Reaper, if I'm not mistaken. The Pocky One Chip Challenge, that was Carolina Reaper, or was it Ghost Pepper? I think it was Carolina Reaper. In the Pocky One Chip, PAQUI One Chip Challenge, that is fine, except the cookies. That is Ghost Pepper or Carolina Reaper. Which one is it? You were the Reaper, so it's Carolina Reaper in the Pocky One Chip, and yeah, I knocked that out. Oh man, I'm just thinking about it. My mouth feels sharp and spicy. Ooh. Anywho, so yeah, we're gonna have fun over the next 4 or 5 weeks. We got April coming up, then we got May, and then Memorial Day. We have hopefully the successful completion of our capital campaign. The score with the Astros game is still 0-0. Hopefully, we have a successful completion of our capital campaign. This is, I'm putting the link in chat right there. Here is the, the screen is no longer shared. Come on, share the screen. Share the tab. There it is. That will be the successful completion of our capital campaign will be the thing that drives. Can I make that bigger? I'm still learning this format still. Yeah, I can. I can make it bigger. I can make me smaller. Boom. And less of me is good. So yeah, we're at 33.5. We have 20 days to go. 35 is the goal. It would be really nice if we could push it all the way up to 50 in these last 20 days. That would be awesome. Here's my little bio, blah, blah, blah. One mission, making the best bourbon, period. As the bourbon matures, so too will our mission, so that we can add more spirits and expand our menu of offerings to reflect the true nature and texture of Texas, its heritage of the humble oil fields. But as we grow, we won't take our eye off the core business of making the best bourbon, period. Because life is too short for bad whiskey and too long to do nothing about it. 33.5 is where we're at. Look, $100 is the minimum. You hit that little invest button there, boop, and that $100, let's see what it does. The invest, you got to sign in. How am I signed into this thing? See, I didn't go through my sign in. I'm not going to show you my login stuff. Shut up. Okay, so there you go. That's what we got going on, man. The next few weeks is going to be just crazy town. Because I've got a relatively so professional sounding. I have a relatively. Is JB here? Hey, JV, what's up, brother? I have a relatively busy schedule lined up for April for my tastings. Man, we don't rest here at the. Is that the button I need? Is that the button I need? No, we don't rest here at the Old Humble Distilling Company, folks. We keep running, we keep hustling. I take a couple of days off every once in a while. I took a day off today because it's opening day. I wanted to watch some baseball movies, and I've been on the road for the last 10 days. Give me a break. But yeah, we're constantly pushing that ball up the hill. and constantly working to bring you better whiskey and to make the world a better place. So yeah, sometime between now and May, I will devise a scheme for why and when to do I know why to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, but when to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Over the next few weeks, we'll be talking with our boy over there, Lone Star, figuring out when to do it. And then, God, man, it's good to be back in this chair. Back in the chair doing the show again. It's been a minute. It has. It's been a minute. I've been all over the damn state, and now we're back. We're having some fun. Okay, folks, that is it. It's our happy hour. We're done. I'm going to go watch the Astros game, or at least the Astros updates. What do we got going on? Let me look real quick in chat. Yeah, that's right. JV did it with Lone Star, didn't he? He did indeed. Okay. What is the score in the Astros game? Where do we stand with the Houston Baseball Astros? Still 0-0. But I'm going to close out the show with the University of Houston fight song, and we're going to have a drink. We're going to have a drink, celebrate my Houston Basketball Cougars in the Final Four for the first time since the 80s. It's exciting. It's a good time here. You know what? Hang on. I got one more thing. Hang on. One more thing about that. We're playing Baylor in the Final Four. The whole city, the whole state is all, they're proud of the Cougars for being in the Final Four. Everybody's wearing their red. Here in the city, everybody's wearing their red. Everybody's got their U of H colors. Everybody's got their U of H logos. Everybody's supporting of the school. A whole bunch of chatter supporting the school. Where the hell was all this a few years ago when the Big 12 was fucking us out of the conference? Where the hell was all this goodwill for the University of Houston when the Big 12 was like, yeah, we want to expand, but we really like our money more? Where the hell was all this goodwill for the University of Houston back in the 90s when we were getting screwed the first time because Baylor University had a patron saint and Ann Richards who made the phone call and said, no, y'all don't get to leave the Southwest Conference. We don't support the realignment unless you take my little baby school, which was a dumpster fire for the longest damn time, acting like being the Big 12 when they don't deserve crap. They didn't deserve anything except they had a patron saint in the governor's office. They took that $25 million a year and they turned themselves into a program. Bravo for them to turn themselves into a program. But you know who else could have turned themselves into a program with $25 million a year? Anybody. Absolutely anybody. TCU managed to pull it off. U of H has done it. We got ourselves a hell of a program. We've got ourselves a damn good program. But we don't get the love we ought to because we're not in the conference we ought to be in. And you know what? Quite frankly, I don't care if we ever get to the Big 12. Because if we do get into the Big 12, that conference is going away soon. The conference is going away. That's the last of the Big 5 power conferences. It's gone. I'd rather be in the Pac-12. I'd rather be in the Southeast Conference. I'd rather be in the Big 10 or even the ACC. Holy crap. But that's fine. That's fine. College sports is a huge racket. I get it. That's cool. That's cool. But this outpouring of love and respect for the University of Houston that we're getting right now sure would have been nice to get that same outpouring of love and respect a few years ago when we were getting actively screwed by the Big 12 and ESPN and CBS and all the other guys. So I'll leave it with that. We're going to win. I really hope we win. I really do hope we win. Of course, it would be perfectly on brand to get screwed by the Big 12 yet again. But major appearance, Final Four, University of Houston. They look good. They look real good. I am excited. I'm more excited for this basketball program than I've been in a long time. When nobody was watching the last 2 or 3 years, Kelvin Sampson built a damn good program. Damn fine program. Damn fine guys. It is fun to watch. It is exciting type of basketball. And, hey, tune in. It's going to be a great game. Baylor plays good basketball. They're good kids on that squad. I could do without the school. I'd be perfectly fine if the earth opened up and swallowed it, as long as all the students escaped and they were fine. And yeah, I know there's people that love my whiskey and love Baylor too. That's fine, whatever. You can do both. You can do both. You really can. It's legit. I mean, I can love my whiskey and dislike Baylor. I can like you and dislike Baylor. It's fine. I've got good friends that went to Baylor. Anywho, that said, it's going to be a great game. Tune. It's like 4:10, I think, is 4:15 is when tip-off is on Saturday. Watch the game. It's going to be great. It turns out it's a once-in-a-generation type of thing because the last time U of H was in the Final Four was 30-something years ago. Tune in. Enjoy the game. It will be one for the ages. Okay, fair weather friends are the worst. Yeah. Anywho, watch the game. It'll be great. Don't put money on the game. Don't need to gamble on college students. That's not. I mean, that just feels dirty. But those guys should be paid too. Enjoy the game Saturday. I am going to enjoy the game Saturday, and we're going to sign off with, once again, the UH fight song. And I'm going to have my drink. Get your paws up. There we go. By the way, this is the hand sign we do at the game. I don't know if they do this at other schools, but when we were playing University of Houston one year, we had live Cougars at the game, and one of our Cougars named Shasta, got its toe clipped in the cage, and Texas beat the shit out of us that year, as Texas tended to do back in those days, as Texas still tends to do when they play most teams. To be fair, when they play most teams, they still beat the shit out of us. And to taunt us, they waved little injured paws at us because Shasta lost her finger. The next year, it might have been 2 years later when we played Texas, and we beat the shit out of Texas, we adopted that same hand sign because it's also the U of H there, H here and the U there. We adopted it and waved it at them to show that even an injured Cougar can beat the shit out of a Longhorn. So cheers. On that note, we are going to head out for the night. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to go watch my Astros and be awesome to each other. Good night.